Hello, New York Giants fans, and welcome to a new edition of the Valentine's Views podcast here on YouTube. Please like, share, and subscribe to support the channel. A little bit of surprising New York Giants news to talk about today. It was announced on Tuesday that the Giants are trading formerly retired tight end Darren Waller to the Miami Dolphins. And all I can say about this deal is this is nothing but a bonus for the New York Giants. The Giants will receive a sixth round pick from the Dolphins in exchange for Waller and a conditional 2027 seventh round pick. That sixth round pick that the Giants got will be in the 2026 draft, giving them two sixth round picks and giving them, as of now, 7 picks overall in the 2026 NFL draft. Obviously, this was a big surprise. Waller retired from the Giants after the 2023 season, had gone on a podcast and admitted that he decided to retire in the middle of a Week 6 game against the Buffalo Bills when he was lead blocking in the Giants run game, and said, what the heck am I doing? And decided that he just didn't want to play football anymore, that he would play out the season and then that he would retire. And he obviously sort of kept the Giants hanging for a while during that offseason before he officially announced his retirement. But the Giants drafting Theo Johnson in the 4th round in 2024 seemed to know that Waller wouldn't be returning. But as I said, this is nothing but a bonus for the Giants. Waller, who has started a music career, a rap career, and seemed to be done with football, decided that he wanted to play again, but obviously wasn't going to play for the New York Giants, decided that he would play for the Dolphins, who traded their tight end, Jonnu Smith, to the Pittsburgh Steelers earlier this week, along with in a deal that saw Smith and Jalen Ramsey go to Pittsburgh in exchange for safety Minkah Fitzpatrick. So the Dolphins obviously looking for a replacement for Smith. And listen, there's no doubt that in his prime, in his day, Darren Waller was a tremendous pass-catching tight end. The Giants hoped to capitalize on that back in 2023 when they acquired Waller in exchange for a 3rd-round pick that they had gotten in the Kadarius Toney deal. Didn't work out for the Giants as well as they had hoped. Waller was decently productive, played in 12 games, missed time with an injury, caught 52 passes for 552 yards, 10.6 yards per catch. Decently productive, but not the dominant, game-changing sort of number one guy that you could build your passing attack around that the Giants were looking for and that they found in the 2024 draft when they selected, wide receiver Malik Neighbors. I still question Darren Waller's commitment, Darren Waller's love for football. Waller seems to be a guy who just quite simply at this point in time doesn't really know what he wants to do with his life. A year after retiring, from the Giants, apparently Waller told people close to him, this is according to ESPN, told people that he missed football and was returning for the love of the game. And honestly, I've always questioned if Darren Waller loved football, at least since Waller came to the Giants, just being around him a little bit. I question, whether he really loved the game, whether he was just doing it because he was good at it, whether he was doing it because earlier in his life when he was battling addiction problems, when he was trying to straighten out his life, he needed football and football helped him to get back on the right path. I don't know. and I don't know what the Dolphins expect to get out of Darren Waller, who will be 33 years old this season. A guy who really hasn't been a dominant player, had back-to-back 1,000 or 1,100 yard seasons, actually, back-to-back with the Raiders in 2019 and 2020, but hasn't been the same guy since. He's had, in 2021, 2022, and 2023, he missed significant time in each of those seasons due to injuries. You can't imagine that you're going to get a full 17 game season out of Darren Waller at this point. But from a Giants perspective, this is a good day because, yeah, it's a 6th round pick, and yeah, it's not a day 1 pick or a day 2 pick, but it's an asset that you have today that you didn't have yesterday, that you didn't expect to have either. And gives you a little flexibility, gives you an opportunity to draft another player. Maybe it gives you, a pick that, or a couple of picks that you could use to move up in the draft. The Giants don't have a 3rd round pick in the 2026 draft because of the Jackson Dart trade. They sent that pick to the Houston Texans to finalize that deal. So maybe they can package 6th round picks and maybe a 4th round pick or something to move up and get into the 3rd round. We'll see how that goes, but absolutely good day for the Giants to pick up, an additional pick. Giants are fine at tight end. They have Theo Johnson. They have Daniel Bellinger. They have Chris Manhertz. They drafted Thomas Fidone in the 7th round. So even if Waller had wanted to play for the Giants in 2025, I'm not sure that the Giants would have been agreeable to that. And we'll see how it works out for Waller in Miami. But just wanted to offer some quick thoughts on that, acknowledge the trade, and acknowledge that as we roll toward the 4th of July here, when there isn't much news, it was nice to have a little bit of news, and an unexpectedly sort of good bonus day for your New York Giants. So Giants fans, thank you as always for watching. Please stay safe out there. Take care of each other, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.